I'm Trey Williams with Dying Fetus, and you're listening to MetalStorm.net.
So, tour, your headlining tour at the beginning stages, how has it been going so far?
It's been really cool. Earlier in the tour we had Cattle Decapitation doing direct support, and man, those guys were really slaying it. And we have now today Malignancy's joining us, and Cerebral Bore have been with us the whole time, and it's been a lot of fun, traveling the United States with these guys, so it's cool.
Now you guys have been touring a lot even before the album came out, and now that the album came out this summer, you've also been touring your asses off.
Yes.
How was Europe?
Oh, Europe was great. We went over there with Job for a Cowboy, Revocation, Cerebral Bore were there with us also, and it was a lot of fun. It was a great tour. Made a lot of new friends, hung out with a lot of old friends. So it was really a lot of fun. Good time.
Reign Supreme ranked very high on Metal Storm, and a lot of people said that it has catchy riffs while still being brutal.
Yeah.
Did you approach the album different?
A little bit. We wanted to kind of have the New England hardcore sound be more present in the music, just for catchiness reasons. We even have a song on there with no blast beats, Into the Trenches, and that one's been going over well live too.
Main songwriters on this album, did something change, or?
John wrote all the music this time, and Sean and John split the lyric writing half and half pretty much.
And that is something new?
That's new for John. Yeah, John's never really put pen to paper, put his thoughts out there, and he has now. So far, so good.
Is that something you guys will maybe stick with?
Don't know. It's all mainly based on his motivation to want to keep writing lyrics. So if he wants to keep writing lyrics, he'll keep writing lyrics. Sean wants to put his voice into the band, so he'll probably keep writing lyrics. I have ideas in my head. I don't know if I'll get to put them on paper and put them into the, see the peer review process to see if they actually are cool. But we're gonna keep doing what we do.
Now you guys have been with Relapse forever.
Yes.
What does Relapse do for Dying Fetus that maybe others that you probably got offers from might not? And do you see these days even a need for a label?
You need a label for capital. You need money to record. We couldn't do an album of the caliber of Descendant to Depravity and Reign Supreme without support from a record label to give you money to do that recording. So that's helpful. Ideally, what you could do with that budget is you could build your own studio, and then album after album after that, you're just updating your studio a little bit to be updated with the times. And as far as what Relapse does for us, what other labels don't do or haven't done yet, we're up for re-signing, so I really don't want to comment on that too much. So, but I will say that we've had a great time with Relapse Records, and one of the good things about being with them is we're their big fish in their small pond. So we get a lot of attention from them. If we went over to Metal Blade or Nuclear Blast, there's a lot of other bands there, and you might not get the same attention as you get from a somewhat smaller label, but we're still looking at offers from labels, so I really can't comment too much about who we're going to be with.
Now, and kind of on this, what is your secret for standing the test of time in this right now so oversaturated genre?
It's basically the fan interest. Without their interest in us, we couldn't be lasting and lasting and lasting. And it's, John too. I mean, John is the only original member of the band, so he's been trudging along year after year, making this his life. And it's now part of my life, it's part of Sean's life. So, we're just going to keep going until people aren't interested anymore. If when we're playing to crowds of 5 people every night, maybe it's time to hand it up. But right now things are good. So.
And kind of touching on this is part of your life. You've been the newest member of the band, I believe 2007?
Yeah.
In your opinion, has Dying Fetus changed or stayed the same since you are part of the band?
I think we've gotten faster. And
because they have a kick-ass drummer now?
Well, I appreciate your vote of confidence, but actually they write stuff that I have to play, so you know they're pushing me hard. So, but that's cool. You know, I want to get better, and without having somebody push you, sometimes you don't get any better. So, you know, it's just an evolution of a sound. You know, we can't write the same album every time and expect for people to still be interested in it, but you can't deviate too far from your formula, or else you alienate your old fans.
Core base. Right. The Acacia Strain just had that really bad accident on the road, and
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I mean their bus or van or trailer flipped over, and I mean I know I never seen you travel in anything else other than a van. Is there, you know, some road stories that happened to you guys, like, you know, black eyes or stuff like that?
Knock on wood, nothing's happened bad to us. But yeah, I mean, it's treacherous out there when you're traveling North America or Canada or Northern Europe in the winter. It's always something you got to be aware of. We actually really took our time. We were coming from Salt Lake City to come here tonight to Denver, and a 4-day storm just started in Salt Lake the night we left, and it was pretty heavy. It was pretty treacherous at some points. We took our time, you know.
You guys drove I-80, right?
Yes, and then we came south out of Wyoming into Denver, and you know, knock on wood, again, you know, we'd rather be a little late and alive than rush, and you never know what's gonna happen.
Right. Ever since you're in the band, the most ridiculous thing that happened while on tour? Funny or otherwise?
I think it was like my second tour maybe in Europe. Some guy jumped on stage and kissed John on the neck and jumped off the stage. We're actually, like, I think I'll disappoint a lot of fans out there. We're really boring. Like, we really don't get really crazy. We don't, you know, do stuff really too wild or, you know, ruffle a lot of feathers, offend a lot of people, besides just with our band name and our song titles. But we're pretty mild, you know. We just want to get to the next gig, play a good show, and like that.
Speaking of the next gig, Hatebreed Tour just got announced.
Yes.
So, other than the Hatebreed Tour, what's next for Dying Fetus?
We're working on a lot of stuff. We're hopefully going to go to Southeast Asia again. Maybe a little bit of stuff in South America, of course, more North American touring. More touring in Europe during the summer, during festival season. I can't say which festivals we'll be on yet because they haven't been announced themselves, but we'll definitely be back in Europe and try to hit Asia.
And now with your North American tour, will that be a headlining tour or a support? Do you know already?
We don't know yet. We're kind of feeling it out and seeing what kind of offers come our way. We wouldn't mind supporting a big band, you know, because we have done our own headlining run. But you know, we'll see how it works out. Our manager has a year-long rough outline for what we're to be doing in the next couple months. So we'll see what it all turns out to be.
Cool. Famous last words to the fans.
Spaghetti.
Alrighty, and that was Trey from Dying Fetus. Thank you.